everybody. It is Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's, once again, time for Treasure Tales. We got some new things I've been working on, and I hope that you're going to like them. Um, I'm going to do some new and different things in the coming weeks. With Treasure Tales. There's going to be a really good assortment of guests I've got lined up so far. But what I'm going to do for your enjoyment, I hope, and just to make it more interesting, is I'm going to have some co-hosts. Basically, there'll be maybe 4 people, all good close friends of mine that I'm going to have co-host. You'll see one tonight. Then the other ones, I'll just tell you who they are. It's going to be Diggin Socal. There's going to be Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing, Ronnie and Tiffany. There'll be Teresa the Treasure Hunter, and the Mumbles Man is going to co-host from time to time. So we're going to try something a little different, and they will be possibly reaching out to some of you if they know you and they admire your YouTube channels and what you have accomplished during your time in metal detecting, maybe to be on the show. So we're working conjunctively on that, and then we'll get back. If you decide that you would like to be on Treasure Tales, like hopefully Lisa Przgocki will be one time, then we'll get together and we'll get you scheduled and we'll do it. So we got a really good show lined up for you tonight and some really nice folks coming. So I'm going to bring on our co-host. As you all know her, she is just outstanding. She's covered up with awesome sauce. She has her own live stream she does on Sunday morning, Coffee with Liz, and her YouTube channel is just top notch. It's just full of awesome content, and it just doesn't get any better than that. So let's bring on the Diggin Socal.
Hey, good evening,
Hello.
everyone. My goodness, Jeff, people are going to think I paid you to say that.
Well, you did. I know the check's in the mail.
Oh,
The check is in the mail. It's the story of my life. What can I say? You know. So we got some good folks tonight. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a great, great show.
So, what do you think about the co-hosting? I think it's kind of a good idea.
I think it's a great idea because doing a live stream with just one person, there's a lot of work involved. And at least this way, the co-host, I'm hoping it can take a little bit of the pressure off of you.
Well, I hope so. That's why we bring you to the dance. Anyways, well, I want to give a little shout out to some people before we bring our first guests on.
Sure.
And these are some people that, like I said in the opening comments, that some of our people have been reaching out to you in regards to appearing on Treasure Tales, and we hope that you will. And I would just like to give a shout out to the Illinois Digger and to Family Treasures. That's a really interesting channel. You need to go over and check it out. It's just really, really an interesting channel. They make great videos. And then Little Dirt Digger, Emily, hopefully she'll be on sometime in the near future. It's another outstanding junior detectorist.
Yes, definitely.
We need many of those, don't we?
Yes, we need to support them as well.
And then something that kind of goes along with our commitment and my commitment, and I'm very happy to say Liz's commitment to the Blue Spade Society, is Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle. I'd like to say a shout out to him. He's considering coming on the show, and I think you all would really enjoy meeting him. And then Eaton Beach Treasures. That's a couple from Fiji.
Yeah.
And just killer. It's just killer. You guys got to check out some of these channels. Please just go over, check them out, and subscribe. It helps them, to make really good videos, and they do make some good videos. And then History Digger.
Oh, Rob, great
Yeah,
channel. Yeah.
yep, he's a great channel, and I think we're going to get him on board for a treasure tale soon. So, excuse me, I've got allergies, and oh, there's the guru just signed on. My brother from another mother, Mr. Myers. So, as you see back here, let me move my pumpkin head. You see that Myers metal detectors back there. He is anything that I do in regards to live stream, anything, he's there. He's the sponsor of. So anything you need, he's also the official equipment supplier of the Blue Spade Society. So anything you need, and in the way of metal detecting, anything for treasure hunting in any regard, you just give Phil a call and he'll take care of you with the best service and the best prices in the country.
I actually recommended Phil today to a friend of mine in the States for some equipment. So there you go.
Cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very, very cool. So let's say, why don't you go ahead and introduce our first guests, Liz?
Oh my goodness. Oh, the pressure. Our first guests tonight are Diggin Socal. They do a lot of beach detecting. They also dabble in a few other things that I'm going to ask them about. And let's bid them a warm welcome to Treasure Tales.
Here comes Diggin Socal. Let's give you a little changing around here. There we go.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Good. Gotta say first, I love your channel, Liz.
Oh, geez, thank you. Thank you.
I mean, what's not to love? You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you guys got a pretty killer channel your own self now.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Very nice.
It's all by
Very
accident.
nice.
Honestly.
It's one thing that something to do with cupcakes, and I like cupcakes.
Yeah, we got one right here.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now.
Uh-oh.
So why don't you guys introduce yourselves to everybody? Tell them a little bit about yourselves, the type of hunting you do, the type of equipment you use, and where you're located, and about your YouTube channel.
Well, okay, sounds good. We're obviously located in SoCal. My name is Bill. This is Christine. Funny thing, I had a Radio Shack metal detector when I was a kid, and I didn't metal detect for years and years and years. And I was getting closer. I worked for the government. When I got closer to retirement, I started buying. I had a Garrett AT Pro to start with, and it's probably about 7 or 8 years old now. So Christine, it volunteered for me when I worked for the government, and she about 3 years.
Yeah,
worked for me about 3 years, and when I was getting ready to retire, she goes, "Well, what are you going to do now?" She says, "I'm going to metal detect, among other things, of course." But she showed a great interest in it. Went out with me a couple times, and she was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. It's great to have a partner. It's so much better to have two people detecting than one.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then as far as equipment, I moved on to the next purchase. I think was the Gold Monster 1000. Because I thought I was going to go to the desert and find tons of gold. Honestly, I've yet to find any gold with it, but a lot of junk. And then I went into the Mine Lab and got the Equinox 800, and then I ended up getting the Vanquish 540, which Christine solely uses now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to one of my trips up north, I met up with Tiffany and Ronnie from PNW Dirt Fishing, and Ronnie talked me into trying out the Garrett Ace Apex, so I bought that. And I think I have a C-scope from across the pond as well.
Oh, yeah.
I bought two, gave one away. I've used it a few times. It's got two dials, a little bit different, but it's a pretty cool machine too. So I think I have 6 detectors.
Well, that's not bad. Not bad.
I'm
You have
there.
a comment from Tiffany and Ronnie, Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing. I think verbatim it says the tent stake king and the cupcake queen.
Oh my gosh.
That is what we're known as. I don't know why I like finding tent stakes. It's kind of my thing.
Not at first, though.
Oh, I used to get so mad at
He
first.
would get so bitter every time, and he'd find a ton of them. And then after a while, I think he just kind of learned to accept the 10 steaks.
Yes. I have a project in my mind that I'm not ready to share yet that I want to do with the 10 steaks. So when I get enough of them, I think I'm getting close to 100.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't start keeping them until May of this year. So from May to now, I've got about 110 steaks.
Wow.
Oh, that's not bad. I mean, especially if you like to camp, eh?
I know, right? I can pitch lots of tents, that's for sure.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I think you had some questions, didn't you, Liz?
Oh, well, maybe. Now, your first, I always go back to the very, very first video that people post. And I noticed that yours was in January of 2020. Now, was starting a YouTube channel, whose idea was that? And why?
When I retired, I have 2 drones as well. So I do a lot of hiking and a little bit of travel and stuff like that. So I started doing some drone videos, and I love trains. I was doing train videos, and I have an alternate channel for that kind of stuff, and it's called Nature's Zoom with an S in the middle. So I started posting those, and mainly for my family to see. And it didn't really ever take off. I mean, some videos got some decent views, but if I get 200 or 300 views, I'm cool. And then when I started metal detecting, I said, "Hey, let's film this."
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
And the very first video is actually with my daughter. I think it was an introduction from the AET Pro to the Gold Monster 1000.
Yeah.
And I was all excited to get that, not really doing any research on detectors. I had no idea that it was really a one-item type of detector.
So did you think in one short year that, well, it's a little more than a year, but that you would come this far? I mean, your channel is just very popular.
No, we are so amazed. And I think the best thing about the channel is the fact that we have so many regular viewers, and they're so interactive in the comments. And I've met several of them, and it's just, that is the best part of detecting, really. The treasures can be found, but man, I've made friends traveling and made friends online, and it's just amazing.
I have to say, I do love the people that give us feedback and stuff like that. Like, they are just, I mean, you could be having the worst day, and like you could go through the comments and you're like, you know what, it's gonna be okay. Like, people really believe in us, and we I didn't realize we would have such an impact when we were going to start doing this. We were just going to do it for fun, and that was it. And it's still fun. Yeah. But I mean, there are people that when our videos come out on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 6 a.m., Pacific Standard Time, we get messages of, they get a cup of coffee and they sit there and we're like not the news, but we're like the first thing that they watch in the morning. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I noticed about your videos, and I think is really, really good, number one is you have fun, and it shows that you have fun.
Yeah.
And number two is, hey, Bill, you find tent stakes, everybody finds them. But a lot of YouTube channels, all they want to show is a silver and all this great find and that great find. And you know as well as I do, that isn't how it works.
Exactly.
There's a lot of stuff that you dig. Sometimes your arm wants to fall off. That doesn't come up shiny,
Exactly.
Unless it's an aluminum tent stake. So, I think just like Liz's key phrase, her trademark phrase is "keep it real," and that's worked very, very well for her.
Yes.
And that's what you guys are doing. You're keeping it real, and I think people appreciate that. I know.
Yeah. We have to have fun, or we're not going to do it, and that's the bottom line. And we go out there and we're laughing. Sometimes we get mad at each other. I've walked away from her several times.
Oh my gosh!
Thank gosh for editing.
See, I think that's what makes you both very relatable, and I think that goes back to what Christine said about the comments. These people are always there when you upload your video, and they're always commenting and watching. You build a sense of community, but like really, really close knit group of people that it's because they like you, and
Yeah.
you know, the banter between you two, and you're very relatable, and they know that you're not faking it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's all day long.
And I think that's one thing that is very important with metal detecting, or actually really in anything, is the integrity. If you don't have integrity in your channel, it doesn't matter what the thumbnail is on your post or whatever. If it's fake, people are going to be so mad. And if they don't, since they just dismantled like the dislike button, don't think they won't trash you in the comments, because they will, you know. And so having integrity, I think, is
Yeah.
And another thing I really admire about y'all's channel is you don't use none of this clickbait crapola. I really hate that. You know, cops call, you know, a skeleton found, or some kind of, you know, BS like that.
If we
You know,
put
you
cops
don't
called
get
in our
to-
show, you better watch it, because that means the cops are going to be there.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. You know what I'd like to see on one of your videos though, Christine, is the next time that Bill ticks you off is a cupcake in the face. Boom.
Ooh.
Oh, I would hate to waste it. I would
I
hate
know.
to waste
Well,
it.
that'll be his cupcake, you see.
One more
that.
thing about the channel itself. What has amazed me, there are probably a dozen people so far who have taken up metal detecting, and they've messaged me via email or sometimes on the post, and they said that they started this metal detecting because of our channel.
Yep.
And then they asked me a lot of questions.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That is really, really cool.
It's very like daunting at the same time, because sometimes they'll ask you like, what do you think of this detector? And what do you think of this? And it's like, they really weigh down like what we say. Like what we say is, you know, somehow we're, I don't know, important or something.
Yeah, I just emailed a young lady before the show, asked me what detector she should buy. And I really hate to give out a specific one. I started telling her, just do your research. Pick the ones you think are going to suit your needs. Are you going to be in the ocean? No ocean? Are you inland? You know, and so try not to say buy this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best answer for that is, you know, there's no way you can recommend for them, because you don't know what their budget is, number one. You don't know where they're hunting, number two. Number three, you don't know what kind of hunting they're doing. And so the best answer I always give them, I says, you find yourself a brick and mortar metal detecting store. You go in and you talk to him or her or they, and tell them what you're doing, what your plans are, what kind of a budget you have, and you know, let them guide you.
I totally agree.
What to do, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what we do.
If they buy one that you told them to buy and they don't like it, they're going to blame you.
Oh yeah, you know. So you know, it's they're just interested, you know, because they see what you're doing. But I think I think overall that would make the most sense for anybody to go in. That's why I always tell people, call Phil Myers for guidance. You know, Phil is the type of guy, and most of the people out there that have a good brick and mortar store that sells metal detecting equipment. I think you've got one up there in Hamilton, don't you, Liz? That
we have one in London.
If you go in there and you ask him for guidance, he's not going to try to force a sale on you, you know. And the good thing about that is when you have problems, and you will have problems understanding it, that's just the way it goes. Then you call them back up, and they'll help you. So you know, that's the best way to go, I think.
Well, and on top of that, the big companies don't sell directly, and I don't want to buy something on Amazon. I have a shop in West Covina, California that I go to. It's a pawn shop / it sells gold equipment and metal detectors. And the guy, it's a family-owned business, so I give them every detector, but the one from the UK I've bought from them, except for my very first AT Pro.
Well, that makes sense. That's just good. That's good, solid business right there.
Yep.
So you got some more questions, Liz?
Well, this is Treasure Tales, and people in the chat are asking about some finds. Now, can you wow us with a treasure tale or two? Some of maybe your best finds, oddest finds, unexpected finds?
Okay. Go ahead and start.
Can I do the oddest finds?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so I was
You can't say Bill.
Yeah. So we were at the beach. I don't remember which one. And I tend to be a little stubborn in general. And then specifically when I metal detect, if I find a target, I don't care. It could be 6 feet deep. I will dig that target. I will. Especially if we're at the beach. I know I can't rip up the beach too much where they're going to call, the lifeguards or anything. So I found a target. It was real deep. I was digging. I think I spent about 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Bill's, hitting the sand, going up and down. And he comes back. He's like, I've been all over the place and you are still in the same spot. What are you doing? Like, what did you find? I was like, I don't know, but I think I found it. Like, I think I finally found it. Sure enough, we found a shovel.
An entrenching tool, 4 feet down.
Wow.
Yeah. And someone, ironically enough, buried a shovel at the beach. So I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Who buries a shovel?
Yeah.
And it was still in good condition. We kept it and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Major kudos. So how did it sound good? Was it a good signal? Like why'd you keep at it?
She won't quit. That's why.
I dig everything. And he always is like, why are you digging that? It's trash. I'm like, I know it's trash, but if it's not trash, then I'll feel good that I found something, which has also happened where we were at a different beach and he had passed the target. He had just kind of like blipped by it. And he was away from the water and he's like, come over here, like get away from the water. And I was like, no, I think I got I don't know, it's a 10. I don't know if it's a good signal.
That was on the Mine Lab, just so you know.
Yeah, on the Mine Lab. It was a 10. And usually 10, 11 is trash. And so I was like, oh, I don't care. I'm just going to dig it. And sure enough, I was like, oh my gosh, he was filming. I was like, get over here, get over here, get over here. He's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I think I found something cool. And sure enough, I pull it up and it's a ring. I found a ring with diamonds and I'm wearing it. I don't even think we can see it at this point, but
that's the camera.
there we go. Right there.
Very cool.
It's a gold ring with sapphire and small diamonds. Pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah.
And that was my first ring that I had ever found. That was
wow.
Real.
Yeah,
Right
she
on.
was really excited.
Yeah. Somebody was very jealous.
Yes. And on the flip side, I think my weirdest find, I was at the beach with a family up in Sacramento, the American River. And they're all in the water swimming. I'm out detecting, and I got this target. I'm digging it, and it's pulling up the shaft part of a metal detector.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's like, what in the world? You would think if you're looking for metal, you wouldn't lose metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. But towards the end of this year, I was on a roll. I think when I went to Sacramento recently, I got 2 gold rings. And before I left, I got a gold ring. So I think in total, we have 7 gold rings this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That is really good.
Bill is using what detector?
I mainly use the Equinox 800.
Okay.
And then she's got the Vanquish 540.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that one has. Oh, but I did try the other one.
You used the 800 recently.
No, what was that one that you got?
Ace Apex.
Yeah, I used the Apex, and he's like, oh, put it together. So there's a video where I put it together, and I go to use it, and the first target I hit is a religious pendant. And he's like, are you kidding me? Like, we do this target every week, and you found that? And I was like, yeah.
And you just stand over there, get about 3 or 4 scoop lengths away in case you don't.
But the funny thing is, no matter what we find, she gets more excited over coins than anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You're coin people.
Wow.
I always get excited. We could be at the beach and people will be walking past. I'll be like, oh my gosh. And they'll be like, what'd you find? I'll be like, it's a quarter. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Do you save your plaid?
Yeah.
We did we traded in about $150 mid-year.
Wow.
And then we did a huge roll the other day. We worked for 2.5 days on all the stuff we found through the year for a end of year video, which will come out on New Year's Day. We had in that table, we had $335 in change.
Really?
A lot of pennies.
Yeah, it took about 4.5 hours for us to, and then we went through all the pennies because you know how you have those Wheaties and like everything else. And sure enough, we found ones that were older, the copper pennies that are 82 and older. We found a couple Wheaties in the pot. There was so much.
Yeah, we kept all the 82 and older pennies and put them in a different container and rolled the rest.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Cupcake
Yeah.
money.
I know.
Yes.
So I gave it all to her.
Well, that was nice of you. I
Very.
mean, she gets excited about coins, so hey,
Exactly.
right out. And you gladly accepted it, didn't you, Christine?
Oh, of course I did. Yeah. I usually do the editing for the other channel that nobody watches. So I figured that's what I get paid for.
There you go.
Well, ain't that the truth? That is the truth. So, what do you guys got planned coming up?
We're just going to keep at it the way we are. We're trying to always improve. We always critique our own camera work. We're very fortunate that we can pass it back and forth, and it's always nice to have people want to see a face to their videos.
Mhm.
So that's always a good thing,
Yes.
as opposed to just seeing the ground constantly. So we try not to do that. But we're going to really try a few new things too. I have like 6 magnets. We're going to try to do a little more magnet fishing. We do beach cleanups. Sometimes we just go to the beach with trash bags and clean.
Yeah, we've done that. We've done that before too. There's one that we did at, was it Crystal Cove?
Seal Beach and Crystal Cove.
Yeah, Crystal Cove was really bad. It was right after a holiday, and someone had, just to give you an idea, there was an ice chest full of food that had been sitting there from the night before. It was just the way
Nasty.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
as much as we find trash, when you see large objects like that, you're like, really? How'd you leave that behind?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. You never know what you're going to find. People leave anything. And the thing that really irritates me is, you dig and people have buried beer bottles and beer cans. And the thing of it is, they're 10 steps away from the trash can.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't have no fetching up. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Other
than going up north every year to visit family, I want to go east one time. I've met a lot of people online through the channel that I want to go visit and metal detect with. So eventually we're going to start heading out that way.
Yeah, that would be
that'd be fun. If you ever come over to Florida, we'll get a hunt going.
Sounds great.
I know. Bill's always, because he's retired, he's always traveling and meeting all these great people. And all I get to do is FaceTime and wave to them. I'm like, wow, I'm so glad you're having so much fun without me.
Now, when y'all come over here, we'll get you out neck deep in the 85 to 95 degree water in the Gulf of Mexico.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And let you hunt there.
Sounds awesome.
I'll bring my floaties.
Well, it'd be fun. We'd be looking forward to it. So, you got any more questions for him, Liz?
Yeah. What's the, when you think of California, you think of beautiful weather, but I'm sure there's got to be some bad weather there. What are some of the worst conditions you've ever detected in?
Just a light rain. It's never, that's the worst it gets. It's raining right now. It's been raining for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I went to a park yesterday and I was walking around it was a wood chip park and it was so saturated. I found a few things, but I was just it was too muddy.
Mm-hmm.
Typically California, you can detect almost all year round unless you have really bad Santa Anas where the winds are blowing really hard, or there are some storms that blow through once in a while, but and even the California cold isn't that cold. I go to the beach in the winter and I'm out there, my shorts and used to not wear shoes at all, but now I wear little shoes. Yeah. But the weather really doesn't stop you here. That's what's kind of cool.
Yeah, we're actually very fortunate.
Yeah, here we hunt in the water. The water be 65, 68 degrees in the middle of the winter. We just put the wetsuit on and out we go.
Yeah.
So weather does not stop an avid detectorist.
That's right.
Unless it's real cold. And then it stops me, boom, in my tracks.
Yes.
I'm kind of a girly man when it comes to that. I don't like being cold.
Yeah, you start moving and you warm up.
I don't know, 80 degrees today, so it was a
Wow.
nice day.
Wow.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it is. Well, folks, we are so glad that we got to meet you tonight. Both of y'all, you got a killer channel. Want you to just keep
Yes.
making those great videos and growing your channel.
Appreciate
And,
it, Jeff.
we want to have you back on soon. So I got your email now. You'll never get rid of me.
Anytime.
So we just want to say thank you very much
Yes.
for coming on and sharing yourselves with us on Treasure Tales. And, just thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, Jeff and Liz.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate this.
You're very, very welcome.
And we will have you again soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. You as well.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, that was much, 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 much fun, wasn't it, Liz?
Great channel. And you know what? You watch their videos and stuff, but when you're just talking to them, like we were right now, you kind of feel like you know these people. Wonderful.
Yeah, they're very, very personable people.
Yes.
And and I think that's one of the reasons why they relate so well on their YouTube videos.
Yes.
And that probably the part of the key to their success, because their channel has grown hugely.
Yes. Yes.
In a year's time.
Yes. I mean, and there's two of them, it's not like you're detecting by yourself. There's two of them and they're talking amongst each other or to each other. And the dynamic is wonderful.
And you can tell that they really like each other.
Yes.
That means a lot. Well, folks, I tell you what. Oh, there's my friend Joe Beechnut in the house. Hey, Joe Beechnut. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And to everybody in the chat, we didn't get to say hello to everybody because we got a pretty good full schedule tonight. But we love you. Ain't that right, Liz?
Absolutely. The show would not be here if they weren't out there. So thank you all.
That's right. That's right. So now we got a real treat for y'all. This is gonna just kick it up notches, unknown to mankind. Now, when you meet this next guest, I guarantee you will fall in love. Is that not right, Liz? Am I over exaggerating in any way, shape, or form?
Not one bit.
I'm telling you, he is killer all the way. So, Liz, I want you to introduce him.
This next young gentleman that is going to be up on the screen right now is an up and coming detectorist. He's a young detectorist, and let's welcome Liam Lutz Hamilton to the show.
Hey, Liam. How are you? Can you hear us, buddy?
Yes.
Hey, Liam. How are you?
Good.
Excellent.
And for those of you who don't know, you remember back, I don't know, when was it? 3-4 weeks ago when Nocta Macro was introducing, we debuted it on Treasure Talk and we gave away a Nocta Macro Legend metal detector. Liam is the one that won the Legend. Unfortunately, it hasn't shipped yet. Because Nocta Macro had to make some final adjustments, but I think it's on its way soon. And I'm going to tell you what, Liam is going to light it up when he gets that Legend. Aren't you, Liam?
You looking forward to your new detector, Liam?
Yes.
Right on. Good stuff. I'm so happy you won that.
So, Liam, the night that when you heard your name called, how excited were you?
I'm pretty excited.
Were you able to sleep that night?
Yes.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have been able to. I'd have said, I'd have been planning all kinds of stuff. And, but why don't you, Liam, in your very own words, if you would, there's a lot of people here that are watching you and want to meet you. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you like to detect and who you detect with.
So, so, so I started metal detecting in August with my Nocta, no, no, Nocta mini hood,
Mm-hmm.
and I used that for a while, and now soon I'm gonna get my legend. But before I even got my Nocta legend, my Nocta mini hood, I had a really like a good metal detector, but it was basically a toy. I never really actually used it. I only used it actually once, and it never worked too well.
Well, I've watched some of your videos. You find some really cool stuff.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. So tell everybody what your motto is.
What do you always say, Liam, when at the end of your videos you say there's a couple words that you always say about your all finds? How does that go?
So, like at the very, very end, I say good days, good finds.
Yeah, and then you also say something about no find is something. What do you say?
No find is a bad find.
What do you
That's
mean
right.
by that?
Like every find you find is not bad. Even if it's tinfoil, it's not bad.
It's a find, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
It's
That's right.
another experience. It's an experience.
Hmm.
And you make some really good videos. You found some pretty cool stuff. I know. I think the one of the ones that I watched, you were hunting with Liz. I think you outhunted her that day, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I outrunning her before she was even there. Literally.
You just couldn't catch up, could you?
If you found a really cool find even before I got there, and when I got there I was already behind and I never caught up, Liam.
So, Liam, have you gotten a pinpointer yet? I know you were in the market for a
Yeah,
pinpointer.
I do have a new pinpointer. I've had quite a lot of pinpointers, but only the
Cool.
one broke.
Hmm.
So, what did you get for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas?
Yeah.
Like metal detecting stuff?
Or anything.
Well, I got a lot of Lego. What?
Oh, yeah. You like
And-
Legos?
And I also got a Nutcracker before Christmas, and before Christmas again, I also got a Enderman carrying a present. I can actually get it right now.
How about your shirt?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
What was it?
An Enderman carrying a present.
I don't know what that is.
Your shirt.
I don't either.
I see you have a
I'm old
Hogwarts
school.
shirt too.
It's a Minecraft mob.
Oh, Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Minecraft is my favorite game.
Ah.
You can
Oh,
find
okay.
Enderman in every single dimension.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we're being schooled on video games.
See?
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Liam.
Yeah.
I would never play video games with you because I'm really bad. Real bad.
Now, Liam, recently on some social media platform, you took a picture of a very, very cool coin. Do you want to tell us about that?
Like which coin though?
Your most recent coin, your 1800s coin.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
So I was out metal detecting, and we had to stop at a store. So when we exited this store, I looked on the ground, and by the way, I look on the ground just trying to find something like coins. That's like coins. That's what I'm looking for. Or bottle caps. Sorry, I collect those. So then when and like on the very end where and also like we were driving like my dad's friend drove us there because where we were going, the free spots were in Caledonia. Literally. Like so we had to drive there. I could not bike. Neither could
No.
my dad.
That's far away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And where the parking lot was in the sidewalk, in like the walking in the concrete, in that two things, I saw a coin, and I was like, penny. And so I picked it up because I collect coins. And then when I saw it, I was like, I was all over the place. So was my dad's friend and my dad as well. I found two things. It was a 1800s Indian head and another Indian head that was from 1909. But in the car, my dad's friend's car eats like any coin or really anything you drop. Like anything you drop basically gets eaten. And so he got it out, and it was in 1909, and we were going to have to get it out because there were more 1800 coins of Indian head ones than there were 1909 Indian head ones. Which and some of them had an S on, and some of them had an S on them, and if it had an S on them, it could be worth like $2 million.
So Liam, you found these in Caledonia?
Well, no.
Oh.
Like Hamilton. Like
yeah. In Hamilton.
Like,
wow.
It was on the sidewalk. Like I don't know how it got there, and I also found a quarter there. It wasn't from any of those states though. And also the 1909 coin did not have an S on it.
There you go. Well, sorry, you're not going to get the millions of dollars, Liam. Not this time.
Just think of the amount of how many Legos you could buy with $1 million.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, Liam, what are some of your bucket listers you really want to find? What's some things you really, really want to find?
Some things I really, really want to find is a treasure chest. Well, treasure. A diamond, like a diamond, but those aren't able to be picked up by metal detectors. So maybe it will be in the treasure chest, probably. And a gold ingot. Those are on my bucket list.
A gold ingot.
Yeah. So Liam, if you found a diamond ring, would you give it to your mom?
Well, like basically anything like me and my dad
got to think about that one.
Basically, if it's cool or like not like if it's like jewelry or a coin and not just some garbage that we took home, basically everybody's in the house. Like, yeah.
So what is your let's just say your grandfather and your grandma, what do they think about your metal detecting?
Well, well, my Grammy loves it.
Have you given her anything that you found, like as a gift or anything?
Well, not yet, but I might be able. But I could do that. But I would have to find something cool because, like, I could give her something like cool that I've already found. But I think it would be like more exciting if it was like fresh out of the ground and like I cleaned it.
Yeah, Grammy wants something cool and clean.
Yeah. Basically, all my cool finds are clean and cool. It's just like, well, not all of them. It's just, and also some of them have rust on them.
Yes.
That's only the coins.
Yes. Hey, Liam, do the kids at school know that you enjoy metal detecting?
Well, like, actually, very few, like, over there's somewhere close to like 400 kids at my school already took this. And they're all in different squares, and every single square has a different class.
So have they
But
watched your
how
YouTube?
many- Well, what did you say?
Do they watch your YouTube channel?
So one, I don't know, and two, probably not, because actually very few of even my classmates, like there's 21 classmates in my class. If all of them were at the one day, there'd be 21. And like very few of those 21 kids actually know that I metal detect, and probably even fewer know that I have a YouTube channel or they watch my YouTube channel.
Well, we've got a question from Ronnie and Tiffany, a Pacific Northwest dirt fishing, and they're out on the Oregon coast, and they want you to tell us your treasure tale about your horseshoe.
Okay, it's not too long of a story, but it's a bit long.
You go ahead.
So
We got all the time in the world, Leland.
So again, my dad's friend drives us to the RBG, and then we go across the bridge to the other side to Melchett. And while Melchetting a big rock, every reading that I pinpoint and detect, I place down a stick to mark where it is, so my dad can dig them up later. And at like the very last hole, what does he pull up over with my dad's friend? A horseshoe. He doesn't pull it out of the ground, but he calls me over and we do a very short video. And that's how I found my horseshoe.
That's really nice. It's a big horseshoe.
Yeah, it's full.
Yeah.
Full of good luck. It's full of good luck.
It is. It is.
So, Liam, when you get your new legend, what are you looking forward to the most?
The most? Well, what I'm looking forward to is, using it and making a video on it and that. But also to find less garbage the natural treasure.
Yeah. Well, I want you to do me a favor, Liam. When you get your legend, I want you to make a video of you opening up the box and a short video of you opening up your new Nocta Macro legend and holding it. And I want you to post that on Treasure Talk. Would you do that for me?
Well, I was actually like me and my dad were actually going to do a video on of doing an unboxing in anyway.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because everybody on Treasure Talk is just so happy that you won that detector. Because that detector is going to take you for a number of years, and they want to see you smiling with your new Nocta Macro legend. And I tell you what, Dillick from Nocta Macro, she would like to have that too. So
Yes.
if you'll get it to me, I will make sure that Nocta Macro gets it, and they may put it on their website.
Yeah. I think there's a good possibility of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
what do you think?
yeah, I think that's pretty cool. What about you, Liam? You think that's cool?
Yes.
You're going to be a worldwide celebrity.
He already is.
I
He
know.
already is.
I know. I know. So what's some of the other finds that you've had, Liam?
Well, some of the other finds are my load scent and my coin that was in water and stuck under ice at Gage Park's fountain.
Oh.
That it was a quarter. It's not special, but it's a funny tale.
Mm-hmm.
Tell
Well,
about it.
tell us that tale.
Okay, so like I bike to Gage Park because I wanted to like just take a bike ride there.
Mm-hmm.
And while at Gage Park at the fountain, I wanted to play on the ice for a few minutes, just for walks of the ice trying to break it. And then at the second ring, I see a coin underneath the ice, so I use a walk and start bashing the ice trying to get it. I take off my mitts and then I grab the quarter. It took a bit, but then I grabbed the quarter and realized it was from the 2000s.
Right, quarter's a quarter.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Liam, do you remember finding that large cent? Was that the very first one you've ever found?
It's not only the very first one I've ever found, but the only one I've found. The only large cent I've found so far.
Yeah, and Liam, that most people will not dig a large cent ever. So like you dug one in your first year.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Boy, that is cool. Now, Liam, I got a question for you. I want you to tell everybody what it was like for you to hunt with a legend like the Diggin Canuck with.
Well, it was like very we weren't too far. We were not too far apart from each other, but we were quite far apart because I swing fast and walk fast.
Yes, he does. He does.
You were readings.
Yeah. He's a fast. Like he's fast. I mean, like my goodness, I looked up and he was like way down there. But I just want to say that the first time Liam is actually very observant and he's very aware because on one of my live streams, I was talking about Halloween and how my favorite chocolate bar was a coffee crisp. Now, when I met Liam for our first dig, he actually presented me with a bag full of coffee crisps because that's just the kind of person he is. Liam, I still have one coffee crisp left.
That's it. She's better than me. I'd eat them all in one night, probably.
No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
So it was fun hunting with Liz, wasn't it? Did you learn a lot?
Like, well, yes. Like, I don't really know what to really say.
Yeah, she's a pretty good teacher, isn't she?
It was I that was starstruck by digging with Liam. It was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure. We've dug twice in total, and hopefully we'll dig, a few more times.
No, yeah, but as soon as the weather breaks, it's cold up there now, isn't it, Liam?
Yeah, it's getting really cold now, but when I get my Nocta Legend, if I get a really good shovel that is really sharp and it's good for digging through frozen dirt or ice, that's when I can actually start digging in the winter. Because then the frozen dirt will be hard to dig up, but it won't be hard to squish through, which is my hardest thing to do.
Right.
So you can find the coins, but digging the holes is another thing, right? Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, Liam, we are just everybody watching, and I know I am, and I know Liz is. We are just overjoyed that you won the Nocta Macro Legend, and I think it couldn't have happened to a nicer young man. I think you will put it to very good use, and you will find all kinds of bucket listers with that. You might even find that diamond ring for your mommy, and you'll find Granny something really cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be good, isn't it? So, Liam, will you come back and chat with us again sometime?
Yeah.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to your mommy and daddy and make sure that it's okay. And we'll have you back with us sometime to tell us more about your adventures and your finds. Because what is it, Liam? No find's a bad find?
Yeah, good days, good finds.
That's right. That's right. Well, Liam, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And I know Liz wants to thank you, and she's going to say a few words, and then we're going to close the show.
I just want to say thank you very much to Liam, and Liam's dad, Mike, helps him a lot when he's metal detecting, does all, some of his digging as well as all the videoing. So Mike, wonderful that you're helping Liam. And I just hope that everybody out there, we need to support the next generation of diggers. And Liam is definitely one of them. And let's do whatever we can to support the young diggers. I think it's really, really important.
Yes, I do as well. So, Liam, thanks again for joining us tonight. And good luck, man.
Take care.
You.
Take care,
Thank
Liam.
you.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Liam.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're getting it here.
There you
There
go.
we go. There we go. So, what do you guys think? Is Liam not the most precious thing that you've ever seen? And full of enthusiasm, isn't he, Liz?
Oh, absolutely. He is just, like he said, no find is a good find. He's thrilled with whatever he pulls out of the ground.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's great. What can I tell you? It's great. And I'm very, very happy that he did win the Nocta Macro Legend. And I think we talked about it. He probably didn't sleep much that night.
No, I don't think he did.
So I hope he gets it real soon. And you'll have to, when he gets it, you guys can go out and do a hunt and a video. And I think it'll be fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That will be great.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? We have reached our magic witching hour. It's time flies when you're having fun, isn't it?
Yes, it was great. Two great set of guests today.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were both just outstanding guests. They're all outstanding people. And I hope you guys like this format that I'm trying with some guest hosts. Now, it's not every week there will be a guest host. Sometimes you're just going to have to suffer through with me. But from time to time, there will be guest hosts. Like I said, Liz will be back. Excuse me, and Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing. Ronnie and Tiffany are going to guest host. Teresa the Treasure Hunter, she's going to be co-host with me, and the Mumbles Man is going to be. I'm talking him into doing a few shows with me. So you're gonna, you gotta love him, and all these people. I think. One thing I kind of pride myself on is I like to work with the best, and I think I'm doing that with these people as co-hosts. So, like I said, if they reach out to you about being on Treasure Tales, please consider it, because one thing we always say here at Treasure Tales, treasure stories, there's a million of them out there. Every one of them is important. Every one of them is different. And everyone has meaning. And we want to hear your treasure story here at Treasure Tales. Good night, Miss Liz.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, it is. We'll see you in 2022.
Right
Good night,
on.
everybody.